Welcome to the Lucky Health Channel. I'm so happy you've joined our health community today. We're about to explore some truly valuable health knowledge, and I promise your body will thank you for it. If you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's like joining our big health-loving family. And a quick like on this video will give us even more motivation to keep sharing helpful videos with more wonderful people like you. Thank you. You know, we grew up with rice. From simple family dinners to cozy holiday feasts, a warm bowl of soft, fragrant white rice has always felt like a symbol of comfort and abundance. But the more years I've spent as a doctor working with older adults, the more I've seen something that really weighs on me. Rice, the very food we've trusted for decades, can quietly become the reason behind rising blood sugar, sluggish digestion, and slowly declining health. Have you ever felt that way? You eat what feels like a light lunch, just a bowl of rice and something simple. But a couple of hours later, you're tired, bloated, even a little foggy. Or maybe you check your blood sugar and suddenly it's higher than you expected. It's not always because you ate too much. Sometimes it's just that the way we cook and eat our rice isn't quite right anymore. I remember one patient around 65 told me, "Doctor, I don't eat sweets or soda." "So why is my sugar still high?" I asked. "How many meals a day do you eat rice?" He paused and said, 3, like I always have since I was a kid. See, rice itself isn't the villain. But after age 60, if we don't prepare or pair it properly, it can throw our blood sugar off balance, drain our energy, and even lead to long-term inflammation and fatigue. So here's the real question. Is there a way to still enjoy rice without sacrificing your health, digestion, or blood sugar? Yes, and the good news is you don't need expensive gadgets or daily digestive pills to do it. You just need to know 7 simple rice habits. I'm about to share with you in this video. Once you do, rice won't feel like the silent enemy anymore. It'll become your steady companion, helping you feel lighter, clearer, and more energized every day. Let's start with the very first tip. An old habit, something our parents or grandparents might have done naturally, but that many of us have forgotten in today's fast-paced life. Do you remember, back in the day, our mothers or grandmothers used to rinse and soak rice before cooking? It wasn't because they liked being fussy. They probably didn't even know the word phytic acid, but somehow they were doing exactly the right thing for our health. You see, rice, especially white and brown rice, contains a natural compound called phytic acid. It's found in the outer bran layer of the grain. It sounds harmless, but here's the catch. Phytic acid can lock away important minerals like calcium, iron, and zinc, making it much harder for your body to absorb them. And after 60, when digestion starts slowing down, that really matters. I once had a patient, 70 years old. She was eating well, but still had mild anemia and joint pain. When I looked closer at her diet, I saw she was eating brown rice every day, but never soaking it. So we made one simple change: soak the rice for 30 to 60 minutes before cooking. After just a few weeks, she noticed her bloating eased, meals felt lighter, and her lab results showed a clear improvement in iron and zinc levels. Soaking rice doesn't just reduce phytic acid, it softens the grains and makes them easier to digest. If you've ever felt gassy, uncomfortably full, or heavy after a bowl of rice, this little trick might make a big difference. It only takes a little time, a bowl of warm water, and a small shift in habit, but the results might surprise you. Have you ever tried soaking your rice before cooking? And if you have, did you notice any difference in how your body felt afterward? If not, maybe today's the day to begin. Your body will thank you, one light, nourishing meal at a time. Dear friend, after 60, a bowl of rice is no longer just about filling your stomach. It's a chance to nourish your heart, your brain, and your digestion with every single bite. And there's one small but powerful change you can make, hidden right in the type of rice you choose every day. I remember one of my patients, a 65-year-old retired gentleman. He'd always been pretty healthy, but after retirement, he began gaining weight and often felt sluggish after meals. When I looked at his diet, I noticed something: he was eating white rice 3 times a day. So I made just one simple suggestion. Try mixing in 50% brown rice or basmati rice with your usual white rice. A few weeks later, he came back smiling. "Doc," he said, "I feel lighter. No more crashing after lunch." Do you know why that small change made such a difference? White rice, though soft and easy to eat, is highly refined. Its outer bran and germ, which hold most of the fiber B vitamins and key minerals, are stripped away. That means your body absorbs the sugars very quickly, spiking your blood sugar. And after 60, your pancreas might not handle that spike as efficiently as it once did. But brown rice keeps those nourishing layers. It slows down how fast glucose gets absorbed, supports digestion, balances cholesterol, and delivers magnesium, a mineral your heart and muscles love. And if you prefer something softer, fluffier, and more aromatic, try basmati rice. It's a long grain variety from India with a lower glycemic index than regular white rice. It helps stabilize blood sugar and take some pressure off your pancreas, especially helpful if you're pre-diabetic or managing your weight. If this is new for you, start slow. Mix 50% brown or basmati rice with your usual rice. Your taste buds will adjust over time, and your body will quietly thank you after every meal. You know, sometimes it's the smallest changes that bring the biggest results, especially after 60, when our bodies become more sensitive to what we eat each day. And today, I want to share a little known secret with you. Just add 1 spoonful of apple cider vinegar into your rice pot. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But don't worry, your rice won't taste sour at all. In fact, it'll turn into a meal that's much friendlier to your blood sugar and digestion. I once suggested this to a 70-year-old woman dealing with prediabetes. She was hesitant at first, but she gave it a try. A few weeks later, she came back smiling. "Doctor, I no longer feel heavy or sleepy after my meals like I used to." The magic is in the acetic acid, a natural compound in raw apple cider vinegar. Science has shown that it slows down how our body digests starch, helping to keep blood sugar from spiking after a meal. In fact, one study from Johns Hopkins found that adding vinegar to rice can lower its glycemic impact by up to 31%. That's a huge benefit for anyone over 60. And the best part, you don't have to change what you eat. You don't have to give up rice or follow strict diets. Just add 1 tablespoon of natural raw apple cider vinegar to the cooking water before making your rice. That's it. It's what I call a smart way to cook one that's gentle, simple, and surprisingly effective. My friend, if you've ever heard that turmeric is a golden spice for health, then today I want to show you a surprisingly simple way to use it. Just sprinkle a little turmeric powder over your freshly cooked rice. It may sound like a small step, but for anyone over 60, this habit can make a big difference. You see, turmeric, especially its active compound curcumin, has been shown in scientific studies to reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and help control blood sugar levels. That's huge for older adults dealing with diabetes, chronic inflammation, or accelerated aging. I remember a 68-year-old woman who came to see me. She struggled with joint pain and often felt tired after meals because of unstable blood sugar. I suggested she try adding just a pinch or two of pure turmeric powder to her warm rice after cooking. Not curry powder that often contains salt and spices that might irritate the gut. A few weeks later, she told me, "Doctor, I feel lighter after meals. My joints don't ache like they used to, and my mind feels clearer too." It's that easy. Just sprinkle the turmeric over the warm rice and mix it in. No need to cook it again, no strong flavor change. But you're giving your body a natural, gentle, anti-inflammatory boost with every bite. It's one of those quiet little habits that truly supports healing from the inside out, especially as we age. Sometimes just one tiny change to your daily bowl of rice can make a big difference to your health, especially after 60. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine adding just a small spoonful of dry oatmeal into your rice before cooking. What you're really doing is giving your body a boost of something powerful called beta-glucan, a silent hero for your heart and blood sugar. Beta-glucan slows down how quickly your body digests starch, which helps keep your blood sugar stable after meals. And it can even lower bad cholesterol. LDL, something many older adults rely on medication to manage. I once worked with a 70-year-old woman who walked every day but still struggled with high cholesterol and blood sugar. I suggested a simple tip. Just mix 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of oat powder into every cup of rice. She was surprised. "That's it?" she asked. But after 2 months, her test results told the story. Even better, she said, "I feel lighter after meals, not so tired anymore." Just one small note: keep the amount modest, about 5 to 7% of the rice volume. Too much can cause bloating, especially if your digestion is sensitive. So you see, you don't have to change your entire meal. Sometimes just one smart spoonful is enough, and your body will thank you for it every single day. There's one familiar image I've seen time and again with my older patients: a big heaping plate of white rice, but not a single vegetable or healthy protein in sight. It might seem harmless, but that simple habit can quietly cause blood sugar spikes, leave you drained after meals, and make that waistline harder and harder to manage. I always tell my patients, don't let your rice go alone. When you eat plain rice by itself without any fiber or protein, your body digests those carbs far too quickly. That sends your blood sugar soaring and puts pressure on your pancreas to respond fast. The result: you feel sluggish, hungry again too soon, and over time your risk for diabetes, belly fat, and heart issues quietly builds up. But here's the good news. The solution is simple. Let your veggies and protein walk alongside your rice. Fiber-rich vegetables like broccoli, spinach, or bitter melon can slow down sugar absorption. And adding some good protein like tofu, fish, eggs, or lean chicken helps you feel full longer, reduces cravings, and keeps your energy steady. One 68-year-old gentleman once told me, "Ever since I swapped half my rice for boiled greens and a slice of steamed fish, my stomach feels lighter, and my mind clearer after meals." The balanced meal principle isn't complicated at all. More veggies than rice, and always pair your carbs with protein. It's not just a nutrition rule, it's a way of honoring your body every single day. Have you ever thought that something as simple as letting your rice cool down before eating it could make a big difference to your health? I know it sounds almost too simple to matter, but this is one of those little known tricks that can be especially helpful after the age of 60. You see, when you cook rice and let it cool for about 30 to 60 minutes, something remarkable happens. Part of the starch in the rice turns into what we call resistant starch, a type of starch that isn't digested in your small intestine. Instead, it travels down to your large intestine and becomes food for the good bacteria in your gut. I had one older patient who suffered from bloating and chronic constipation. All she did was start letting her rice cool before reheating and eating it. And just a few weeks later, she told me, "I never imagined cold rice could feel better than medicine." Resistant starch has real benefits. It helps stabilize blood sugar, reduces silent inflammation, improves digestion, and even strengthens the immune system. Because, as we doctors like to say, gut health is the foundation of full-body health. All it takes is a little shift. Let your rice cool, then refrigerate it, and gently reheat it before eating. Just make sure not to leave it out too long at room temperature, especially in warm weather, to avoid harmful bacteria. Sometimes the biggest improvements to your health come from the smallest, most overlooked steps, right there in your kitchen. You see, sometimes it's the smallest things that hold the biggest key to a new level of health. The 7 simple tips we just explored, from soaking your rice, choosing better grains, adding a little apple cider vinegar, turmeric, or oats, to pairing your rice with greens and letting it cool before eating. They may seem gentle, almost too simple, but when practiced consistently, they can make a real visible difference to your blood sugar, digestion, immunity, and overall quality of life after 60. And here's the best part: you don't need to do everything at once. Start with just one habit that feels easy for you, maybe adding more vegetables to your plate, or soaking your rice before cooking. One small step, repeated each day, slowly becomes a life-changing routine. I truly believe your body will thank you for it. And more than that, you'll start to feel like you're back in charge of your health, not through expensive pills, but through knowledge, awareness, and wise choices you make every day. If you've tried any of these tips before, or if you start noticing a difference, don't hesitate to share. Because sometimes your story could be the very spark someone else needs, and to begin their own journey toward better health. My dear friend, thank you for taking the time to sit with me today. I hope what we shared brought you something valuable, even if it's just one small tip to make your daily meals a little gentler, a little healthier for your body after 60. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like that way. I know you're still here, walking alongside me on this journey to better health. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so each week we can sit down again slowly and simply to share meaningful tips on aging well, living fully, and staying strong. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay joyful, and live each day with purpose and peace. This video is for educational purposes only. Please consult your doctor before making any health changes.